Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Back in Colorado, bit of a sad day. It's always sad to leave shredding with Kevin and the boys from InMotion SLB, but had an awesome time out there at Hood. Streaming inside today in Colorado. It's actually storming outside today, so apologize. I don't really have any great views for you, but hopefully the audio is nice and clean and not windy for you guys. Per usual, on the Monday live stream, going to be going for about an hour. Going to try to answer as many questions as possible. So go ahead, start dropping those questions. Let us know where you're joining us from. It's always awesome to hear where you guys are from. And I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can. And if you have a question that's really important, you want to make sure that it gets answered, you always have the option to do a super chat. It'll highlight that question. It's also a great way to help to support the channel, so definitely appreciate that. I'll be keeping an eye out for all of those guys. And yeah, here in a minute, I'll just start going through and start answering questions. Anything snowboard related, snowboarding, snowboard gear, all that type of stuff. Just let me know. I'll try to answer for you. Still got a couple of videos coming from the trip to Hood, the last day video. I don't know if you guys followed along on Instagram, but we hiked up Hood. We were above the clouds. We had an inversion that day, so I think that's going to be my favorite video of the trip. So that one's going to be coming out here in the next few days. Also, all the board reviews from the trip are going to be coming out soon, so we'll have a review on the Slush Slasher, the Capita Outsiders, the Nitro T1, which I know is a review that a lot of you guys have been waiting for, as well as the Capita Ultra Fear. So we'll have all those coming along. Still have about a week left of snowboarding here in Colorado. We got Arapahoe Basin open until Sunday, so definitely going to be making my way out there a few days this week. I know they're struggling a little bit for snow, but the pond skim is open. They still have a little park, so should be fun. I heard they have loads and loads of side hits out there right now, so I'll probably go out there and check that out tomorrow. Probably get like an end of season Arapahoe Basin video out for you guys as well, so you can see what's going on there. And instead of going live on Patreon right after the stream today, I'm actually going to be uploading a video that I filmed for you guys. It's kind of like a tour of the We Are Camp High Cascade Wendell's campus. So if you guys have never been there, you want to check out and see what the campus looks like. Obviously, if you've been watching the videos, you can see a little bit of it in some of the videos, but I kind of give a tour from front to back and show the entire campus and the layout, so you guys can check that out. If you want to check that out, I'll be posting that today, this evening, probably about an hour after this live stream is over. So that's patreon.com/board archive if you want to check that out. Kevin has one as well. Definitely make sure to check that out. It's just /SnowboardProCamp. So I hope you guys check that out. I will be going live on Patreon per usual, but just not today. I'll probably do it on Wednesday, I think is the day that I'm going to be going live on Patreon. So hope to see you guys over there. I definitely appreciate all of you guys that are already on there checking that out. And last thing is I only have a limited amount of these white hoodies left. So I think there's actually only one size extra large left and one large left. So if you have been eyeing these, you want to get your hands on one, it's this guy right here, that white hoodie. It's got Board Archive down the right sleeve. I'm super stoked on him. It's like a lightweight, mid-weight hoodie, really good for spring and summer. Have a link in the description on that if you want to check that out, as well as the Shred Life hat, some of the spring merch that's out right now, and working on some new stuff for you guys, including some stickers. So if you want to stay posted on that, the stickers are going to be going live this week as well. You can follow along on Instagram at Board Archive. Check out Kevin as well at SnowboardProCamp. So I think that was all the stuff that I really wanted to share with you guys before I jump into the questions here. So I'm just gonna scroll up and see what you guys got for me this week. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We got Martin Walgren. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Justin Vasey, Joe Wilkin. What's up, man? Fashion Victim, how's it going, dude? Oscar Lodge, /trash bag / what's up, man? Simone Pearson, how's it going, dude? Champ, Joe from Chicago, Oscar from London. Nerf Bros asking, how do you do a super chat? So I don't know if they've updated it yet. I know previously on iOS, on iPhones, you're not able to do super chats. On Android phones, you can, as well as on desktop. It's just a little button right below the chat box. It should be. Turkey Lord asking a summation 10 plus 9. I think you know that one, man. You can handle that one. Got people out here from California. Philip NL. Haven't caught a live stream for a while, but made it out today. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Josh Archer back in Denver. Welcome home. Thank you, man. Yeah, it was nice flying back into Denver. Still definitely, like I said, sad to leave those guys and not be shredding hood anymore. The park was so fun up there, but definitely glad to be home for a little while. It's going to be short lived though, actually. I'm going to be heading right back to Mount Hood for High Cascade Session 1 on June 16th. So I know a few of you guys are going to be out there as well. So hope to see you guys there. Looking forward to that. Definitely stoked to head back out there. Our buddy Garrett's going to be out there with us as well. So pretty stoked to shred with him. I haven't seen Garrett in a minute. Ooh, here's a good question. What is your most favorite slash recommended snowboard for beginners? So my go-to beginner snowboard is the Arbor Formula. They are making that next year in a rocker and a camber version. I just think it comes in at a great price point, $350 brand new. You get grip tech. It's a soft flexing snowboard, so it's really easy to control. Solid snowboard. So check out the Arbor Formula. And if you need help choosing between rocker and camber, check out the rocker versus camber video. If you guys haven't checked that out. So hopefully that will help you out, man. Let me scroll up here. I just lost my spot. Awesome. There we are. But yeah, the Arbor Formula is sick, man. Check that one out. All right. Ian Cassisi, is the headspace okay for an intermediate rider looking to progress, or should I go for something a bit more intermediate like the Yes Basic? I think that the headspace is a totally fine snowboard for an intermediate rider. It's not too aggressive. It's got that medium soft flex with the asymmetrical side cut. So it's easy to turn, it's easy to control. It's got, a soft torsional flex as well for quick turn initiation. You got the magna traction on there, so it's kind of can be a pretty solid like all mountain board as well outside of the park if you find yourself on ice or anything like that. So yeah, it's one of my favorite snowboards. So definitely recommend the Headspace. Nick Silva asking for my favorite snowboard company. I don't know that I have a single favorite snowboard company. I think that a lot of companies specialize in different things and have their own kind of niche market type deal going on. Like Jones Snowboards, for example, just crushes it in like the all mountain, big mountain free ride game. Um, I think Battalion, they have their own kind of thing going on with all their boards are full camber with 3BT. So a lot of good stuff out there. Battalion's one of my favorites. Really liking a lot of the Capitas next year. I do like GNU as well, Jones. I couldn't pick a favorite, man. I think most of the companies out there are building pretty solid products. So hopefully with the board reviews, it's helping you to kind of narrow down the selection and find something that you really like for your style of riding. Short Bus Dog from Springfield, Oregon. What's up, man? Justin Vasey. The Shred Life hat is a pretty good view, buddy. I'm back in LA. Won some money in Vegas. Awesome, man. Good for you. Sold the Trick Pony. And any ideas on what I should grab for an all mountain twin? Um, the Jones Mountain Twin is a natural choice. You could also, I would also probably look at the Brian Iguchi camber or rocker if you prefer rocker. I really like that board. That's a directional twin. If you really want a true twin, the Westmark camber would still be a good option as well. Um, and you're still rocking the EST Malavita. So you're looking, if you have the ESTs, then I guess you're going to be kind of Trying to put those on. You get another Burton to replace the Trick Pony. I think I might be going for the Deep Thinker, but that's not a twin. So you could maybe look at the Free Thinker, although it's a little bit softer than the Deep Thinker. Yeah, I'd have to think about that and just kind of maybe take a look at Burton's line if you're looking to pair it with those ESTs, man. Maybe we can chat on Patreon Live in a couple of days. Joe Wilkin, stoked on the Capita Mercury. Definitely a solid board. Mosca, TJ, any tips for storing snowboards over the summer? Couple of tips, I guess. Don't store it in extreme temperatures. If you're in a place where it gets really, really hot in the summer, maybe keep the board indoors, like in your closet in the back or something where, it's not going to be getting like 100 degrees. You don't want to be putting too much stress on that epoxy and all the stuff holding the board together by, putting it in extreme temperatures. And also make sure to put a storage wax on it. I would definitely recommend that. Basically, just wax it and don't scrape it and you're good, man. Simple. Jack McBride 05. I'm in Scotland. How do I get the merch? Well, I'm stoked you want to rep the merch, man. So, everything except for the hoodie is available for worldwide shipping, literally any country in the world. So, and it's not too expensive either. So, if you're into that, that's already set up to go to Scotland. If you want a hoodie, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I don't have Scotland listed as one of the countries. Shipping is a little more expensive international. I do have it set up for international shipping to Europe, Japan, and the UK, but I didn't get Scotland in there. So if you want one of the hoodies, let me know and I'll add that for you. Appreciate it, Jack. Thank you, man. And Joe Wilkins says, put it in your room, LOL. Yeah, putting it in your room is totally fine as well to store your snowboard over the summer. Malcolm Powder just got the T-Rice Pro. Thanks to the reviews. Awesome, man. I'm glad I was able to help out. Throwing the Union STR bindings on there and stoked for next season. Gonna hit up the Snow Dome soon to try it out. Awesome, man. Yeah, that's sick. You guys have those snow domes around to keep actually snowboarding on snow through the summer. That's one of the. I know that's not as big, but it's definitely, I think, a pretty sick advantage to be able to snowboard 365 days a year. All right. NQ picked up a Battalion Fun Kink after watching the review. Awesome. Now I need some bindings to pair with it. What would you pick? I've been looking at the Nitro Zero or Union Contact Pros. I would definitely go with the Contact Pros out of those two choices. The Contacts, if you're looking to save a little money, are going to be pretty much the same performance. Not as light as the Contact Pros. The Pros are definitely lighter weight binding. Um, or you could, yeah, I would say I'd probably put the Contact or Contact Pros on it. If you want, you could even throw a Force on there. But those would be the three bindings I'd be looking at. Ooh, here's a weird question. It's not really that weird, actually. Yeti, what is the stiffest board you have ridden? So the Capita Black Snowboard of Death comes to mind. The Never Summer 25 comes to mind. Those are both super, super stiff. The Jones Flagship is also quite stiff. Emma5929. How do you get over the fear of flipping? I would say practicing on a trampoline first and just training your air awareness. Trampolining is probably the best way to do that. Or if you're into like cliff jumping, like into water, that could be a good way as well. But trampolining is probably the safest way. Um, and then, I mean, pretty much no matter what you do, the first time that you do it on snow, it's going to be pretty scary. So I would just find a jump that's just big enough to do the flip and maybe try it in some like soft summer, spring, slushy conditions so the consequences are minimal. Or if you can, do it in powder. Those are two ways to kind of minimize those consequences. And I think once you do it on snow a couple of times, that fear is going to go away. So really, you just have to create the circumstances where you're comfortable doing it your first time on snow, and then you'll get over that fear, I think. Carrie Pierce on the live stream. What's up, Carrie? Hope you're doing well, you and the family. Thanks for hopping on. And we got Rob Gams on the live stream as well today. Great meeting you and Kevin Saturday at T-Line. Thanks for the pick. Definitely, Rob, it was awesome to meet you as well. We ended up hiking all day. I wish we could have got a lap in. We literally hiked all the way up to Crater Rock. It took all day, and then we got one awesome lap just all the way down. It was sick, but yeah, unfortunately didn't get to lap with any of you guys. But it was great to meet you, man. Thanks for flagging us down. All of you guys that flagged us down while we were out at Timberline, thank you. It was awesome to meet you, and hope to see some more of you again in a couple of weeks. All right, and I think we had a couple of super chats come through here. Yamaha 1051 with the super chat. Thanks, man. Thoughts on the Solomon Huck knife? Love your videos. Yeah, the Huck knife is a great snowboard. It's a like a true twin freestyle snowboard on the softer side of medium. I'd say it's a little bit more of a jib leaning snowboard. Very pressable, very buttery, but still has some good pop. And it's not like a complete noodle. It's a pretty good all around park board. Reminds me a lot of like the Lobster park board. Yeah, I like it a lot. Check out the Capita DOA versus Huck knife video if you want to see some more on that. And as you guys know, Kevin rocked the Huck knife for a while, and he likes that board a lot as well. So definitely a good choice if that's the type of riding that you want to be doing. Martin Walgren with the super chat. Thanks, old man Shredder. How do you cope with motion sickness on the trampoline? So that's actually a huge issue for me in particular. Literally, if I get on a trampoline, after like 5 minutes, I start to feel the motion sickness heavy. Um, and honestly, I just have to get off the trampoline, man. I haven't found a way to cope with it. I don't jump on trampolines enough. Maybe I think if I got on a trampoline every day for like a couple of weeks, maybe I would get over that problem. Um, but it's an issue for me. I really can't spend a lot of time on a trampoline, man. I wish I had a better answer for you. Maybe I could try like taking some Dramamine or something. I think that's the motion sickness thing that helps with that. But yeah, I jump for like a couple of minutes, take a break for like 10 minutes, jump for a couple of minutes again, and then I'm probably done. And Chris Taylor with the last super chat I'm seeing for now. Thank you, Chris. Hey, TJ, thoughts on the DC Ply or DC in general? I wish I had a better answer for you, Chris. I appreciate the super chat, but I haven't ridden a DC board in many years. Hoping to get on some more this next season. Literally, the last time I rode a DC board was the year that they first made snowboards. So I know their boards have improved a lot since then, but I really can't speak on them, man. I'm sorry. All right, back to the regular comment section here. Let's see what you guys got for me. Just scrolling back up real quick, guys. All right. We got Matthew Castro joining from California. What's up, man? Got about 78 of you guys with us right now. If we get this video up to 50 likes, that'd be awesome. We're at 32 right now. Thank all you guys for being here. And Drew from upstate New York. Marcus Svensson from Sweden. What's up, man? Eric Sheffy from Charlottesville, Virginia. Just got back from the Basin last week. Can't wait to get back out to Colorado next season. Awesome, Eric. That's cool. You got to make it out for some late season A Basin riding. Are you moving out here next season, or are you just coming out for a trip? Rob Gams also wanted to say, I think it's super cool you and Kevin hooked up Casey with some proper YouTube shit tips, sharing the love and living the dream. Definitely. Yeah, it was really awesome to meet Casey and Crow out there. Two really rad guys. Definitely check out their YouTube if you haven't yet. It's just Casey Willax. Dude is a shredder. Really nice dude. Awesome to meet him and get some laps with him, and hope to be shredding with him some more this year. Yeah, I saw he did his first live stream the other day. It was cool. He kind of jumped on that immediately. Ooh, so B Sarah, best brand for snowboarding upper body clothes. Um, I don't know, man. I really like Volcom is probably my go-to brand for outerwear right now. At least for like jackets and pants and stuff. All the mid layers, I have an Arc'teryx mid layer jacket's probably my favorite single piece of snowboard gear. Yeah, all that stuff is linked below if you want to check that out to see specifically what I use. But yeah, I think most of it's all pretty solid, but Volcom is typically what I go for. Best brand for hoodies for snowboarding. Probably the Board Archive hoodie. I think that's probably the best one. Check it out. And I think, yeah, I'm at the beginning of next season. I'm gonna try to do a technical hoodie with zippered pockets. So pretty excited about that. I've only had one hoodie. It was a Volcom hoodie, and it had a zippered hoodie pocket, and it was by far my favorite hoodie I've ever had. So I think I'm gonna try to recreate that. All right, MK878. What's a good aggressive carving snowboard? An aggressive carving snowboard, I would say the Jones flagship is probably the first one that comes to mind. I really, really like that guy for carving. It's kind of one of those boards that just has no speed limit. You know, like you're gonna find the limits of yourself before you find the limits of that snowboard. The Capita Black Snowboard of Death is also a pretty aggressive carving snowboard. Um, let's see the on a little bit of a mellower note, but still pretty good at some high speed carving. The Capita Mercury, the Burton Deep Thinker, the K287. All those guys are pretty good carving boards. If you're looking for a more aggressive one, though. Another option could be the K2 Simple Pleasures. Very similar to the 87, which is one of my personal favorites, but stiffer, a little more aggressive. Champ Lindell, when did you start snowboarding? I first started snowboarding in the year 2000 was my first time. I was about 10 years old. Only rode a few days a season up until I was about 18. You know, like probably about 10 days or less. And then I got my first season pass when I was 18. So about 10 years with a season pass every year. And we got the In Motion SLB boys on the stream. Good to see you guys. Miss you guys already. Rav and Yannick. Hey, dude, just got home and tuned in. Hope you had a good travel day. Yeah, man, it wasn't bad. Thanks for hooking it up with the neck pillow. I actually slept the entire plane ride, so that was super clutch. And yeah, glad you guys could hop on. Hope you guys are doing well and enjoying that barbecue that you said you were going to go to. All right. Dark Angel, good morning from Australia. I wanted to ask what you would choose for the best value EST binding. Ooh, well, if you're looking at EST, obviously you're going to be looking at Burton bindings. So I think probably the best value is going to be the Mission. Um, but personally, if you're going to go with a Burton binding, I would start at the Cartel. But my personal favorite is the Malavita that I've used at least. I really think the Malavias are a really comfortable binding if you're going to go for an EST. Dogs are better than cats. Asking, what do you think of the Ride Helix? The Ride Helix is a great board. It's a little bit of a more aggressive snowboard. Full camber, asymmetrical side cut, pretty stiff, definitely on the stiffer side of medium. They classify it as a freestyle board still, although it works really well as an all mountain board just because it is pretty aggressive. And I would say it's a little bit on the freestyle side, it's a bit more of a jump leaning snowboard. So really fun for those bigger gaps, higher impact scenarios. If you're looking to progress your jumps and hit some bigger stuff in the park, it's a great snowboard. Or like I said, it doubles as a pretty fun all mountain board as well. Nick Silva, is tramp boarding even good? I think so. Yeah, just training that air awareness, also keeping your feet kind of locked into that snowboard position. Personally, I've never tried any tramp boards, so I'm sure it's a little bit weird to get used to, but I think it would definitely help. Yeah, if you have that available, I mean, it would be better than not doing it, right? Oh man, Malcolm Powder. This is a great question, man, but I don't think I think this is a question that deserves some more thought. So I'm not gonna even attempt to try to answer it live just off the top of the head. But he's asking, what do you think is the biggest innovation in snowboards over the last 5 to 10 years, and what do you want to see in the future? That's a great question, man. A lot of things are coming to mind, and I think yeah, I just need to think about that one a little more. CS, what's up, man? All right, Brandon Miller. I ride an old school Santa Cruz C type. I'm self taught and found out it's an all mountain board. Thinking about getting into freestyle. Should I switch up gear? Thanks. So I'm not familiar with that Santa Cruz snowboard. I've actually never ridden any Santa Cruzes. I have no idea what's on their line. Um, so if it is an all mountain board and it's pretty stiff and you want to do freestyle and like do presses and rails and more technical stuff, it's probably worth getting like a true twin softer flexing freestyle board. Um, I would say probably so. Ooh, CS, do you have any big trips booked for next year yet? So the only trip that I have actually booked right now is going back to Mount Hood on June 16th. But we do have a lot of stuff planned for the coming season. This next year is going to be even bigger and better than this past year. So if you guys enjoyed the videos this past season, next year is going to be even sicker. So I'm super excited to share the journey with you guys and to be doing everything we're going to do. A lot of stuff is on the table, so we're going to be narrowing that down and we'll be keeping you guys posted as we lock everything in. But it's going to be sick. Recommendations for a 15-year-old girl. Been riding 2 seasons now, mostly all mountain, but she wants to try some park stuff. Yeah, I would take a look at the Battalion Feel Better. I think that would be a pretty good one to check out. I like Battalion. I think that'd be a pretty good all mountain board because it's full camber and you got the 3BT. It's not super soft either, so it's going to do well pretty much anywhere you take it, but it's still really freestyle friendly and it's not going to be catchy. So I would look at Battalion. JC, any tips on going from beginner jumps to intermediate jumps? Really just as you're on those smaller jumps, be focusing on your form, like your approach, your pop, your takeoff, and your landing. Getting that solid straight up pop so you're nice and level and comfortable in the air. Making sure you're comfortable with figuring out the speed on a jump, and maybe even figure out like a safety grab that you're comfortable with, like an indie or a mute or something. Um, so I would try to get that dialed, and then when you go to those bigger jumps, you should feel more comfortable. Also, those ladies boards. Another one for like an all mountain. Another board I really like is the Arbor Swoon. Sorry, whoever asked that before, that just kind of popped in my mind. That one's a directional twin. LTR. Hey TJ, do you like the Prototype 2? Yeah, the Prototype 2 is probably my favorite Never Summer snowboard. It's still rocker dominant, but you got that ripsaw camber profile, you got the asymmetrical side cut, you got a mid flex, sintered base, Vario power grip. It's got all the bells and whistles from Never Summer. Really versatile, super fun park board. So I think if you're gonna go for a Never Summer, you're looking for like a versatile true twin freestyle board that can be used for all mountain, that would be the one. Oh no. Yannick calling me out. UK is Scotland. Well, then I guess it's already set up for shipping to Scotland, so you're good on the hoodies too. I'm not sure if I have to designate Scotland specifically for shipping. So if it doesn't work, let me know, man. J.O. Ooze. Thinking of getting the Burton Instigator. Awesome, man. I'm actually not too familiar with that one, but I'm sure it's a solid snowboard. Got more people calling out Scotland is part of the UK. Awesome. I need to learn my geography better. Brent Rowe. Hey TJ, is there a term for crashing so hard, impaling your snowboard nose into the snow so you can't get up or unstrap? Yeah, I would say that's called taking a digger. I think that one would be pretty fitting for that. Or depending on how you fall, it could also be a scorpion. Are there any snow domes in the US? I would imagine that there are, but I'm not too sure where they are if there are any. I'm sure there's got to be at least one though. Dogs are better than cats. Looking at the ride Helix. Hopefully, you caught my little spiel on the Helix that I was talking about earlier. Definitely a more aggressive snowboard, but could be a good option depending on what you're looking for. Oh man, my contacts are drying out a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. Oh man. Nick Silva, have you tried longboarding? I find it more closer to snowboarding than skateboarding, believe it or not. Yeah, I back in college a few years ago, one summer, me and all my best friends got really big into longboarding. We were doing like a lot of downhill stuff, learning like how to slide and like cross step and all that kind of stuff. Did some pretty big hills, but I'm not really into it anymore, man. I didn't like longboarding in roads, like going at so high speeds. It's just a little sketchy. You know, take it how you will, but yeah, it's not my thing. I like the technicalities in actual skateboarding as well. I think that's the part that really helps with this snowboarding. Obviously, turning and having the balance is helpful, but I think like learning to ollie and board slide and ride, a mini ramp and all that type of stuff on a skateboard helps a lot also. LTR got the 2019 Prototype 2 Malavitas or nah? I would put an Atlas on there versus the Malavita just so you get full stance adjustability. For me personally, if I don't get my stance width right, it's super noticeable. But if you're cool with not having the stance width adjustability and you like the Malavitas, they are one of my favorite Burton bindings. Oh man. Recos 31, what is the best twin shaped POW board for that deep POW? Well, if you're riding a twin, you're always going to be making a compromise in the POW. A couple more super chats through here. Let's see. LTR. Um, Imagine 240 pounds. Got the prototype 2 at 161. What do I do for a jibbing board? Um, hmm. I would have to maybe look at some of the specs, but I mean, if you have a little, if you're able to basically you're able to handle the boards a little bit better. You have that weight behind you, so you can just kind of put more energy into the board. You'll be able to get more flex. So you could maybe look at a more of a mid flexing board that would work as a jib board. I mean, honestly, I think the Prototype 2 would work pretty well. 161 is a bit big, so maybe try to find a board that you would be comfortable on. More around like a 157, 158 size, just so it's a little bit more maneuverable. I don't know how tall you are. So so that I would say, unless you're like 6'5", I think a 57 or a 58 would be pretty good. Or if you're more like my height, like 5'9", 5'10", maybe trying to find something even more like a 55 or a 56. Um, if you are looking for a 55 or 56, you'd probably want to get something like around a mid flex or just on the stiffer side of medium. So it's still jibby and flexy for you, but it's not going to be too soft. You're not going to be worried about like snapping it. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I appreciate it. Justin Flint, DOA versus Spring Break Twin. Same camber profile and flex, but the twin has the ASIM side cut. Well, dude, I think you've answered your question there, man. If they're this exactly the same, except the Spring Break Twin is ASIM, like, do you want an ASIM side cut or does that not matter to you? So my philosophy with ASIM is that it is a noticeable addition to the snowboard. You're gonna notice it if you have an ASIM side cut, but it's not like a make or break technology. Like I wouldn't purchase a snowboard just because it has an ASIM. Everything else would have to line up as well. Chris Ayers on the live stream. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope that knee is feeling better every day. Can't wait to be hanging out with you again soon. Hopefully we'll be chilling as soon as possible. Got to get back up to Whistler, man. All right, I'm scrolling back up, guys. Neria Jimeno, how much money do you spend a year on snowboarding, specifically in lift passes? Thanks. This last year was my first year getting the full Epic Pass. I went ahead and pulled the trigger to get a full Epic Pass again for the 18-19 season, just because you get Whistler in there, as well as all the mountains in Colorado and tons of other resorts around the world: Hackaba, Fernie, Cali, Utah. And that was, I think this year it's 900. So it's a bit pricey, but just so you guys know, with Vail taking over all these resorts, including Whistler, they don't sell the season pass through the whole winter. You have to buy it early, and the price does go up the longer that you wait. Um, and if you don't and you get stuck having to buy day passes, you're looking at like 160 to 180 a day. So considering that, unless you're only going to ride like 2 days, it's absolutely worth it. Considering you can travel to all these places and ride for free, it adds up extremely fast if you have to buy the day pass. I know that the Icon Pass, which is pretty rad this year, is started at 600, but I think it's already up to 700. So that's kind of what you're looking at. Cristobal, are you planning on going snowboarding on South America anytime? I definitely would like to. Haven't made it to the southern hemisphere yet. I think New Zealand, Australia is going to be happening before this year is over, so that'll be my first time down there. I don't know if we'll make it to South America though. I think it's going to be Australia, New Zealand first. All right, let's see. Warzy, he's so far behind he won't even get to our questions. What? I'm here. I got there. I'm trying to just go through all of them, guys. Um, if I feel like I'm falling really far behind, then maybe I'll speed things up a little bit or do a speed round or something. Malcolm Powder, heading out now. Thanks for all your work. Would love to see a video on the biggest innovation question. Definitely, yeah, that was an awesome question. I'll try to get an answer prepared for that. Chris Ayers, moderating. Thank you, man. I couldn't see the comments, but I'm glad you're here taking care of that. Nadine Try, what's up? Good to see you, Nadine. Hope you're doing well. Oh man. Moderating hard. Oh, I missed it. Sorry, you guys. There's trolls out there. I don't know what they were saying, but I'm glad that, um, yeah, that those got removed. Chris crushing it. Mike Griffin. If you use, that's interesting. I have one of my good friends from high school is also named Mike Griffin. I don't think you're the same guy though, judging by your photo. If you use a GoPro while riding for your vids, putting Rain-X on the housing will have the snow and water slide right off. Awesome. Good tip, man. I'll have to try that out. Maybe I'll do that, throw that on the GoPro lens. Thoughts on the Ultra Fear 147 for my son to grow into. Just copped it for my son, the one on IG who tacoed on the box. Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that clip. And that was from Justin Flint. Yeah, I think the Ultra Fear is a great snowboard to learn on and progress with. With that flat to rocker profile, it's not super loose, but still really pressable and buttery and fun for rails and jibbing, and even fun for carving too. On the video that's going to be coming out sometime soon, where we're basically summit Mount Hood. Well, we didn't summit it, but we went up to Crater Rock and then snowboarded down. I was on the Ultra Fear and it was fine up there. So Chris Ayers, let's keep it clean. This isn't a Reddit thread. That's right. Yeah, guys, we're here to talk about snowboarding. So I don't know what you guys are trying to talk about, but let's keep it to snowboarding. Joe Fornari, what are your plans for the summer? Going to be heading back to Mount Hood for High Cascade Session 1. That'll be June 17th to the 24th, I believe. So hope to see you guys out there. And then going to be spending some time at Copper as well here in Colorado. And I think that's it for the summer. I might get out and do some split boarding, and then New Zealand, Australia as well. And then any black hoodies coming back. If you guys really want some black hoodies, I might make some more. So far, all the hoodies that have been available, I've had to custom order and make and ship out myself. So it's been a little bit of extra work, but something I really wanted to do. So I really appreciate you guys that have picked those up. It's awesome to have you guys repping them. But I will have some more hoodies coming, definitely later. But for right now, we just have the white hoodie. So hoping to get rid of these. We've still got some extra small, small, mediums. I think we still have every size. So yeah, check those out. Make Ang, do you have any experiments about tuning and detuning edges? I've ridden boards tuned and detuned when I lived in North Carolina, and all I did was ride rails. I would always detune my snowboard pretty heavy. It would be very, very rounded edges, just because all I would do is ride rails. Wanted to make sure I wasn't catching. But pretty much the last 2 years, I pretty much don't detune at all. I ride factory sharp edges on everything. All the boards I review are factory sharp, except for maybe I think I've detuned like one board maybe. Um, yeah, I don't think it's really too necessary of a thing unless you are only riding rails, then you might as well detune. Ryan C, are you going to demo any Academy snowboards? They switched over to the Never Summery factory this year. Awesome, man. No, I don't have plans to yet. I wouldn't mind getting on some. I know Chad Otterstrom rides Academy, and they look rad. And I definitely, I want to ride with Chad more than I want to ride Academy boards. But if they sent me some, I would for sure review them. So we'll see what happens. Jami Polo XD, can you give me a shout out? I can. Shout out to Gamma Polo, Jama Polo. Shout out. Ooh, Warzy is hostile, man. Dude, if you have a question that you really want to get answered and you feel like I'm not going to get to it, there's always the super chat option, man, but I'm sorry you feel that way. trying to get to all the questions I can. There's a lot of people here. Ah, B. Sarah, snowboarding with contacts. Any tips? Yeah, I've snowboarded with contacts. I would say the biggest thing is make sure that you have a solid pair of goggles that doesn't have like gaps in the foam that lets like too much air in. I definitely, at high speeds, I've definitely had goggles with holes in the foam that has had like a burst of air coming through and almost like pull my contact out. So as long as you have a decent pair of goggles, I think you're good. If the contact's drying out is a big issue for you, just get some re-wetting drops or something. But I haven't really had any issues with it. You could also look at custom prescription goggle inserts as well if you want to get rid of the contacts altogether. Our friends over at SportRx hook that up, and you can actually get 10% off your prescription with the code BoardArchive10 if you check them out over at SportRx. SportRx.com. I've never ridden in Scotland. Coveraris. No, I've never been over there. But I don't know what the snowboarding is like, but if it's good, I'd be down. Always down to travel and snowboard. All right, guys, let me switch back over to the super chats here. LTR with the super chat. Thank you, man. Did you say Hakuba as well with the pass? I did, yes. So Hakuba Valley is on the Epic Pass this year. I'm not sure if it's unlimited or if you only get like 5 or 10 days. I'm sure that varies if you get the Epic Local or the full Epic. So check that out. But Hakuba Valley is on the Epic Pass for 18.19. And Justin Vasey with the hashtag Chipotle Fund, switching it up. Yeah, you know me. I'm going to be going to Chipotle. And now I'll go there right after the stream. I'm actually pretty hungry. Thank you, man. Have you checked out the 2019 Free Thinker and Deep Thinker yet? Built-in stomp pads. No, I haven't. I wasn't at SIA this year, so I haven't really seen too many of next year's boards. I saw next year's Evil Twin. It looks super rad, but I haven't checked out too many of the Burton boards. I'll have to check it out. That built-in stomp pad thing sounds pretty cool. All right. I see some more people that are upset that I'm going through the questions in order. Guys, if you have a question and you want to get it answered, do a super chat, man. Uh, you guys are funny. All right. Let me scroll up. I think all right. I think it might be time no, not yet. Not yet. I'm going to do a speed round here in a minute and get to a bunch of questions. But not yet. Michael Mellor, Burton Genesis or Union binding on a Burton board. I'm always going to recommend a Union. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, on a Burton board. Um, sorry, I flipped that in my head. Um, yeah, if it's going on a Burton board and you really like the Genesis, it's one of their highest end bindings. It's really aggressive. Definitely a solid choice. If you do get the Genesis for a Burton board, I would go with the EST, even though that kind of locks you into Burton. If you want like a comparable union, maybe check out the Falcor. Um, I think you can put unions on a Burton with no issues. You don't need any extra parts or anything, and then you can always throw that binding on a non-Burton board in the future if you want to. But if you do go for Burton on Burton, I would go EST. All right, Tage. Yo, TJ, would you go for the Capita Horoscope or the Ultra Fear for butter rail progress and starting to do medium jumps? I would probably go for the Ultra Fear, man. I think that'd be I would go for that over the horoscope. If it was pure jibbing or and smaller jumps, I would go for the horoscope. It does have those blunted tips too, which is kind of cool. I hope you guys saw the review on that. Brinks, hey TJ, is Sandbox helmets better or the Oakley Mod 5? Which one fits better with the flight deck? I've never really used the Oakley Mod 5. I've seen them. It's a solid looking helmet. If you really like the look of it, you can't go wrong as long, I definitely recommend wearing a helmet. They do make quality helmets. But honestly, I think that the Sandbox, like the classic 2.0, like I wear with the brim, it's almost like it was made to work with the flight deck. Like the curvature of the goggle matches the curvature of the helmet perfectly. So I would recommend the classic 2.0. Uh, Task Canis, hey TJ, what's up? What do you think is the best butterboard that you've ever reviewed and the best that you've never tried? Um, I'm not sure as far as what I've never tried, but I really like the Battalion Magic Carpet for buttering. I actually didn't list that one in the top five butterboards video, but you should check that out for some more ideas. It's on the channel if you want to go back and check that one out. I'll give you five other options. But the Magic Carpet is really, really fun for buttering. So you can check out the review on that one as well to see how it butters. But it's a true twin with like a medium soft flex and the powder 3BT. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Sorry if that interruption there. Snowboarding in Michigan, what do you recommend? If you're on the East Coast, maybe look at something with magnet traction or grip tech. So I'd be looking at like Arbor boards or GNU and LibTech. Um, or, Jones has magnet traction and Razi as well. Benjamin Nappy from Germany. What's up, Benjamin? Good to see you. Turtle Zed. Hoping Middlesboro is going to be bigger. It's coming in 2019. Can't wait. Hmm. Awesome, man. Yeah. Hope you get a good pass. Talking about the passes there. Rob Taylor. What's up, TJ? Sick week out in Hood. Looking at an evil twin for next year. I'm 5'10", 175, size 10 boot, 154 or 157. Top sheet looks sick for 2019. Dude, the top sheet looks awesome for 2019. I'm so hyped on it. I'm definitely going to be on that board next year. If you're 5'10", honestly, if you're going to be using it a lot in the park and you're looking to hit rails and jumps, a lot, like I'd say if you're like maybe 50% or more of the time you're on that board, you're going to be in the park doing rails and jumps, I'd go for the 54. Um, if you're going to be doing more free riding with it, you could go for the 157. It won't be quite as maneuverable in the park and it's a little bulky for rails at your height. But yeah, that'd be my 2 cents on that. Which mountain are you planning on going to in Australia? Do not go to Mount Buller or Buller. I think Perisher is for sure on the list because it's on our pass, and we might check out Threadbow as well. We've been told that could be a good one. And then Cardrona in New Zealand, I think, is going to be one of the spots we hit up. All right. Um, Conrad 737. What is the difference between the Outer Space Living and the DOA? Those are two Capita boards, if you guys don't know. Cannot see that big of a difference by looking at the specs. Thanks, my dude. So they're actually really significantly different performance-wise, in my opinion. The Outer Space Living is much more softer, pressable, and buttery, and more jib-friendly. Basically, the Outer Space Living is camber between the feet, and that camber runs about 5 centimeters outside the insert pack, which I like a lot. It gives you that full camber feel, and then it goes into rocker. So it's still very pressable and very buttery. And it's significantly softer than the DOA as well. The DOA is going to be stiffer. It has camber running for a greater length of the snowboard, and the DOA actually doesn't have any rocker. I think it just goes camber to flat, or maybe it's camber to just a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of rocker. So the DOA is going to be more aggressive, more poppy, better for jumping and for all mountain. The outer space living is going to be softer and better for like jibbing and butters and that type of stuff. So hope that helps you out, man. I like both of those boards a lot though. Paul Jordan, what's easier to learn first, Wildcat or Tame Dog? Personally, I think I don't really do Wildcats that much. I don't, as you guys know, I don't flip too much. I can do flips, but I don't really do them like all the time. I think it's easier to go backwards. Going forwards for the Tame Dog has just been very weird to me. So I think that might be a little easier, but I think it really comes down to personal preference. Conrad started to watch this channel because of David Jones. Awesome, man. Sick. Yeah, like that kid a lot. It was awesome to get out and ride with him this past season in Breck. Hope to, I think we'll be shredding again in New Zealand in not too long. Elise Lenski, good morning. Listening on my way to work. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to try to just run through some questions really quickly, short answers, and just get through a bunch of questions, speed round style. Jimmy Andrews, hello from England. Have you ever freeboarded, and if so, would you recommend it? I have. It's really kind of a weird feeling, but if that's something that catches your interest, I would give it a try. David Harper, I've always wanted to do what you do, but it seems so hard. I'm also in Colorado. Um, yeah, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. I do a lot of different things, but yeah, go for it, man. Alan Santos from Brazil. Yeti, can you sell logo decals? Yes, those are coming this week. Hit me up on Instagram at Board Archive if you want to see when they go live. It'll probably be on Wednesday. Hey TJ, please tell me, will you have a review video for the Capita Outsiders? Yes, I will. It's coming up soon. It'll be out this week. Um, all right, Mark Southern's reporting someone. Man, I have no idea what these trolls are saying today, but apparently we've got some trolls on the live stream today. I'm sorry, guys. Chris is crushing it with the moderation. Oh man, Nadine, everyone's chiming in, man. Yeah, get out of here, guys. This is a snowboard community. All right. TZ, how long have you been snowboarding for? About 18 years. Uh, Carrie Pierce, hey, I found my way onto Patreon. Thank you. Awesome, Carrie. Thanks for checking that out. All right, let's see. Justin Vasey saying what's up to Yannick and Nirav. Yes, I did say Hakuba. Brennan Cox, what is the best cheap snowboard? I would take a look at the Arbor Formula. Annie Pearson, I traveled around the world and boarded over in Bulgaria. Awesome. Yeah, traveling to snowboard is always great. Um, Ruinake, check out his Scotland snowboard blog if you want. David Harper, anybody know what the best gear to use doing backcountry snowboarding in Colorado? That is a little too involved, I think, for to get into right now, man. But yeah, definitely gotta get a split board, the beacon shovel probe, and the whole backcountry kit, and get your knowledge up. Yes, Wilburley, thank you, Chris, for regulating. Love your videos too. Yes, Chris, thank you. I don't know what's been going on today, but thank you for being here and taking care of that, man. Alan Santos, I'd like to know about contact length versus effective edge. I think I talk about that in one of the previous live streams. It's in the title if you want to check that out. And I'll have a quick video on that coming out soon as I'm filling out the board archive blog. What's the impact having a contact length closer or further away from the effective edge length? Solomon calls it delta and can vary a lot. So basically, the effective edge is the part of the snowboard that is actually giving you control in the snow. So the longer the effective edge, the more snow you're pushing around. And the bigger the gap is between the effective edge and the running length is basically the longer your tips of the snowboard are. So like a blunted snowboard like the Capita Horoscope is going to have effective edge very close to the running length, and a board like the Arbor Zygote Twin is going to have a very short effective edge versus the running length. So the Horoscope rides bigger, the Zygote Twin rides shorter. Is something that's kind of something that people say in skiing a lot, but definitely translates over to snowboarding as well. What's your favorite fruit? Chris Ayers, dude, I don't know. Probably, ooh, probably strawberries or grapes. All right, guys, we just hit the 1 hour mark. Gonna let me check the super chats and make sure I didn't miss any of those from you guys. Awesome. Looks like I got all the super chats, and we'll get to let's get one more question here. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to pick another question here. Yo, did someone figure out my phone number? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did you get my phone number, man? All right, guys. Daniel Z, any chance if you're going to test the ride Twin Pig? It looks fun to ride. Definitely going to test out the Twin Pig. Might actually pick it up as a personal board. We'll see. But yeah, sorry for all the sketchy stuff with the trolls that went down this live stream, guys. But I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Um, oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll see you then, and I will see you next Monday. Bye, guys.